Ladies and gentlemen, week 9 of the RLSA is here. We can kind of feel the playoff intensity. While it's still a week away from the playoffs, these games, the past, week 8, and now starting in week 9 here, you can feel the intensity before, during, and sometimes even after the match, depending on, maybe some altercations. But we have a fantastic match nonetheless. The Defenders and the Landers are going to be playing. Playoff implications, obviously, on the line here for both of these teams. I'm Ashatoon, and with me in the booth this evening is Nick. How are you doing this fine evening?
I'm doing pretty well this fine evening. How are you doing?
Can't complain, like always, right? Can't complain. Got a great match coming up here. And speaking of which, let's
Good.
just get right into it here. We got the rosters pulling up here. Let's start with the defenders. What are we looking at for this team here?
Yeah, so we got a solid team here with the defenders. You got Ulix as their captain, and then Thams as their player,
Starter,
the
yeah.
little teammate. Yeah. So uh, Ulix is MMR at 1550, and then Thams at 750. They had a rough start to the season, but they really got themselves together at the second half, and they're now playoff contenders. So we'll see how they
Yeah.
play this evening.
Yeah, and they're one game five away from winning five straight, being 5-3. And at that point, in the season, if they had won that, they would already be in a playoff situation here. This would likely just be for seeding and stuff. They could potentially be playing for a top three, maybe top four spot. But obviously, that's the ifs and buts of the league. I mean, their stats here, when you look at it, it's not eye popping. It's really not impressive, but really it's their defensive work that they've done as a whole that's really been kind of impressive so far, and we'll get into that as we move into the team breakdown further on here. But let's move on just for a second here over to the Landers here and their team. What is their roster looking like?
So on the Landers, we got Chase as the captain, and we have the backup in Freeze Wave tonight. C9 Enzo
Mm-hmm.
is not able to play. So we got Chase and Freeze Wave who are 0-2 playing together this season. So it'll be interesting to see. Obviously, Chase is a very elite player. He's very mechanical and knows what he's doing. So we'll see if Freeze Wave can really be that support, that aid for him.
And they've looked decent at times too. It's honestly, it hasn't even been that bad in my opinion. Um, from time to time. But it's just they've been facing good teams as well. They've been struggling a little bit. We saw a really nice pass from Freeze Wave, or actually, it might have been Enzo. I think, yeah, it might have been Enzo. Um,
Mm.
I got them mixed up here. But nonetheless, I think Freeze Wave made some nice plays here. His stats are obviously less than ideal. Chorizo out here, he's qualifying for multiple awards being nominated for. He's just been playing outstanding this season. Um, and then, of course, when you look at the breakdown of both teams here, you look at the numbers here. Obviously, we said the oh, we got the names mixed up here. I do apologize. Hold on. We get some accurate statistics in here. Kind of messed it up a little bit here. What is accurate there though? The defenders have the first place defense in the league, so they have the number one defense statistically right now. Obviously, statistics aren't everything. You can't just base everything solely off of statistics, but statistically, they are the best team in the league, and I mean that's got to mean something, right?
Yeah. Looking at these stats, it looks pretty close. It could go either way. Landers have great defense, defenders with great offense. So,
Yeah, made a little mistake putting in the stats here,
oh,
but now
okay,
the
okay.
defenders,
There
it
we go.
should be
There we go.
updated. They're in the wrong order, but now we get the
Okay,
full
there we go.
picture here. The Laners with the second ranked offense in the league. They have just been. I mean, they are killer on offense. They can score seemingly at will. Chorizo, he's just a beast. But it's gonna be that matchup that we're looking at here today. It's gonna be, can the Landers outscore this first ranked defender's defense? Because this is, I mean, I would argue that they're the best, consistently the best offense in the league. Statistically, there is a team higher than them, but I think that, I mean, when you're top two in this, 10-team league, it definitely says something. So that's going to be the matchup we're looking for throughout the match, obviously. And then moving right along. Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, bringing out the like you said, the defenders living up to their name with the first overall defense, and the
Yeah,
Landers with the second overall offense. Like you said, they're probably the most consistent. So it'll be a uh, back and forth to see if the defenders will break on defense first, or if the Landers will push through on the offense. That's what's gonna break down tonight.
absolutely. And you could take that the other way as well. I mean, the Landers' fifth ranked defense, that's nothing to laugh at. I mean, they have been pretty solid. They step up when they need to. Obviously, their record speaks for itself. We're gonna move straight here into the predictions here in the chat. Those of you listening and watching in the chat, hopefully there's somebody there. I don't know, but who do you guys have winning this matchup here between the defenders and the landers here? I want to see who you have winning in the comments. Leave it in the chat. That's all I gotta win, or all I gotta see here. So I personally, I'm gonna start us off here. I have the Landers winning this. I think that they're the better team overall. I think even with Freeze, they're going to be able to get it done here. I think it's going to be closer games than people are, I think, expecting. But I've got to say, I think the Landers are going to take it. Nick, what do you have?
I agree with you. I think the Landers are gonna take it. I think it'll be a very close matchup. The Landers are 0-2 with Freeze, so I think it's going to be a struggle, but I think they'll be able to push through it. I think the Landers will take it 3-2.
And we didn't really get a great answer from the chat here, or chat interaction. It's kind of low. Hopefully, we get some better chat interaction for the playoffs. I'm just going to make it all green here. I think based on the power rankings poll, based on where people how they talk about the Landers, I think it's safe to say that people watching, whether now or later, I think they assume the Landers are going to win this. The records speak for themselves. Obviously, the Landers are trying to go 7-2, while the defenders are trying to finish above 500 here. So it should be a fun one. And to mention something really quickly here, the defenders with a loss here can still technically make the playoffs as long as they go to game five, or at least take 2 games off the Landers, right? If it's a game five loss, there's still a way for them to get in. But if they get swept or lose 3-1, that officially eliminates them, and that's scary for them.
Yeah. And we just got word the Landers will be without comms tonight. So that I'm not
Oh,
sure if that'll switch up things, but I think it'll be a lot closer than we even intended it to be. So it'll be interesting.
that is definitely a factor. We'll keep that in the back of our mind as we move forward here, and let's make sure we have my crossplay on, because we're gonna definitely need to get Freeze Wave in here if we're gonna play.
I
And so
don't
obviously
see one.
the board is split here for the land, or not split here. The board is just completely green. Too much green, personally. They have been a good team for a while. But now let's see here what they're gonna be able to do. We're getting the game set up in just a moment here. Who's the swing player in this matchup? Who of the 4 players on the pitch is essentially their performance is going to decide the outcome of the game? Who would you say is that swing player in your opinion?
I think Thams is going to be the swing player.
Hmm.
I'm expecting high gameplay from both Ulix and uh, Chase. They're both very consistent. But I think Thams is going to be that deciding factor when Ulix and Chase get a 50. Is he going to be there to finish it off? Is he going to be quick enough and put it on target? If not,
Mm-hmm.
then I think the Landers will take it. But if
Ooh.
Thams has a nice game, makes some solid saves, I think defenders have a big chance to win this.
I like that. I like that. Thams as the Thams as the swing player. I was gonna go the other way. I was gonna say Ulix is a swing player, but you know what? I'm gonna roll with your thing here. Defenders, Landers, we're underway here. Game one is gonna get us started here. I'm gonna be doing the play-by-play analysis by Nick this evening. Starting things off here. Emperor Thams with a bit of an aerial there, trying to get it towards the net. Ulix is going to start things off with a nice clear over to the corner. Chorizo now, he's going to try to follow up his own touch here. Challenged nicely by Emperor Thams. Gets a little touch, a little bump on a Chorizo. That is Ulix. But he's now on the wall, trying to get something towards the middle. Maybe a pass to Freeze. Ulix is going to be able to clear that. Turn around there from Chorizo. Pretty quick shot opportunity towards the net. Ulix is going to clear it away. Freeze gets aggressive. Is going to keep that at the midfield. Wifty from Thams and Freeze. Slow play to start the game here, Nick.
Yeah, it's a little bit of slower than I originally thought. It's a bit of back and forth. Chase is taking his time a little bit, maybe feeling him out.
That's exactly what's happening.
Going on. Yeah.
Teams are just feeling each other out right now. I mean, even in a series where, it could be a 3-0 dominating series, but when you look back to game 1, it usually is kind of just, the first minute or two is just feeling out each other. It's been kind of, I don't know, we're going to just look to have to wait and see which player is actually going to step up here. Ulix now hits that over towards the right wall, tries to get a redirect on the net. Rizzo clears it away. Emperor Thams with a shot opportunity. Not enough juice on it. Demo behind the play there from Emperor Thams. Both defenders players going for the same ball there. Ulix tries to cut in, but Freeze makes a nice play down the middle of the field. Emperor Thams keeps it in a dangerous spot. The ball has just been at the midfield for the majority of this game here. Somebody's going to have to step up and control this midfield to show some pressure. The Lander's now looking to do so here. And this is the style of game the defenders want to play. A slow, low-scoring game, because if they get into a shootout with the Landers, I think they know what's going to happen. So the fact that they're able to keep it low, as we are already nearing halftime, feels like this game has barely been going on. And now Chorizo with it in the corner. Freeze Wave keeps it away from the defenders for the time being. Ulix with a nice play is able to get behind the defense. Ulix now with a shot towards net. Is anybody back in time? Freeze own goals, and Ulix, nearly 3 minutes into game 1, is going to get the first goal for the defenders.
Yeah, and that was probably not the touch Chase wanted off the back wall.
Yeah.
Kind of pass it to Ulix, and Ulix put it on target.
Yeah, he usually doesn't miss those. And it was a weak shot to begin with, but it found the back of the net anyway. Emperor Thams now with a chance off the kickoff. Great stop there from Freeze. Ulix now gets it past one. Good physical play there from Freeze Wave, though. Bump onto Chorizo. He's trying to get it back to his teammate, or maybe just grind it into the net. Emperor Thams now loops behind. He's going to miss there. Freeze Wave. Chorizo gets it past him. And now dangerous shot towards net, and it gets past Ulix, and he will score. We are tied up here in game 1.
Yeah, that earlier play with the defenders, I would have liked to see Ulix maybe trust his teammate and pass it back, give him that shot, instead of go for the 50 against the 2 Landers, but...
I agree with that completely there. I thought that's what he was looking for. Maybe Emperor Thams called it out in comms. Hard to tell. Ulix with a nice 50. One man to beat. Puts it in. Emperor Thams. What a stop from Chorizo. Able to get back when it looked like a free goal for the defenders. And now Freeze with a beautiful bump. Potential chance here for Chorizo. And a backflip. Rare mistake there from him. Ulix's challenge is good. Freeze needs to get back. He's in the middle of his flip. And Ulix is going to put the defenders ahead with 1:18 left in game 1.
Yeah, and that was... Like you said, the rare mistake from Chase. He backflipped there and had an air dribble with Ulix just waiting for it.
And I don't think Freeze expected Chorizo to completely miss the ball there. It might have thrown him off a little bit. Can't blame him for that play. He tried to get back. Now the defender's holding on to a lead here in game 1. Chorizo gets it past Emperor Thams. He gets the slightest of touches. That might have been huge for Ulix to be able to get back. Ceiling shot, low boost. Goes for the musty, but it's off target. He had both defenders beat, Nick.
Yeah, I was close. I was looking for that musty flick. I was waiting to see if that was going in.
All of us were sitting on the edge of our seats waiting to see if that would go in to maybe tie it up. The Landers need a goal here. 45 seconds left. Chorizo keeps possession for his team and gets the demo onto Ulix. Chance here now. Where is Freeze Wave? He's just trying to go for a little 2v1 here. Freeze Wave finally moves up onto the play, but does get beat to it. 30 seconds left now. They've got to get something into the defenders' half of the field. Flip reset chance here. Freeze going for the demo. They committed everything for that play, and it didn't work out. The defenders are going to take game 1 here, barring a miracle, as they score 3-1.
Yeah, like it's definitely looking like a 2v1 right now. Freeze is trying to find his place in the team. It looks like he tried to go for the bump. It might have messed up the 50 Chase was trying to go for, but I think they'll find their groove soon.
Emperor Thames off the kickoff can potentially put in his first goal of the series. Or maybe get a pass. The Landers now, they're going to need to score 2 pretty quickly here. Looks like it's not going to happen. He knows it. Nice play by Chorizo. And hold on a second. With 1 second left, the Landers are now within 1.
Yeah, you never want to count the Landers out, no matter how many goals you're behind.
I think Emperor Thames' touch, if it had bounced off the ground, I think that might have been like the 0 hero, the 0 second play. And Chorizo does a good job keeping it up here. Let's see if he can actually continue to keep it up. He does. He needs Freeze Wave to step in. That's popped dangerous towards the net here. Ulix is going to try to spike it. It's a pass, actually. Emperor Thames is going to clear it down the length of the field, and the defenders escape with game 1 victory here.
Yeah, that was a close game. 3-2. Came down to the last second.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just Landers maybe see a little more teamwork. Freeze. It's tough because I don't think they're in a call, but
yeah, hopefully they're going to get that sorted out in the intermission.
They don't play often, right?
You know, I'm not sure what much of an impact that had. Really, in my mind, the turning point in that game, Chorizo's miss, you know, on the air dribble attempt, which opened the door for the defenders to score. I think that was a huge turning point in the game. And then on top of it, the frustration, not being able to communicate with your teammate at all in that situation. I think it all boiled over. And even in one of the Landers' worst games that we've seen all season, it's still a really close game. It came down to the wire, just to show you how good of a team this is. But the defenders in a really good spot here to, you know, starting off 1-0. You always want to put the right foot forward first. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here going into game 2.
Yeah, exactly. And if the defenders win, do they secure a playoff spot?
If they win this series, they will put themselves into the playoffs. So, I mean, both of these players, they know what's on the line here. They're playing with everything. I mean, honestly, they've been playing pretty laid back so far. We have not seen the best from either of these teams yet, and that is what's going to be interesting here. Ulix with a quick shot, freezes out of position, and just like that, the defenders are going to go up 1-0.
Yeah, Chase went for that mid boost. Had trust in Freeze. Freeze was not in the best position, not ready for that.
We know he's capable of making that stop. You just got to put it on top of your car. You don't even need to flip into it, but the timing is tough. Obviously, he put himself in a rough spot, too. Miss here now. 2-on-1 going the other way. Freeze is just going to commit for the demo. Chorizo scores on a beautiful air dribble. Just like that. Back-to-back goals. We are tied up.
Yeah, I like that play by Freeze. Trying to demo or bump, get in Ulix's way just to kind of mess him up. That was a good strategy.
Yeah, and I thought he did the job. He didn't really make contact with Ulix, but I think he limited where Ulix could go to potentially save it, and that was huge. Chorizo snags that boost in the corner. Something of note there. Freeze tries to work it around here. And now Chorizo, he's got a double tap. Chance here shut down by Ulix. Emperor Thames with possession is going to lose it to Freeze. He tries to make a play off the wall. He's going to go ahead and leave that for Chorizo. Smart play as he was a little bit awkward there. Freeze with a little pop. Chorizo continues the pressure. The Landers trying to keep control here. Chippy gameplay so far, similar to the start of game 1. Freeze didn't like that his boost was stolen, but Chorizo's using it to get a flip reset towards that. But what a stop from Ulix on the goal line. Huge save there, Nick.
Yeah, that was a huge save. I did not think he was saving that.
Oh, and now on the other side, Chorizo comes up with a save. Now this is where things are starting to pick up here when it comes to the speed of the gameplay. And now Chorizo has got an open net here. All he's got to do is flip it in. Beautiful play from him, and he's going to score to put his team up.
Yeah, that 50 from Ulix, kind of a double commit from the defenders. That's kind of what cost them that goal there.
Absolutely. Ulix, he got aggressive with it. And in twos, if you get that aggressive, you've got to come up with a 50 of some kind and just that sneak in almost from Emperor Thams. Chorizo's going to go ahead and clear this. And puts a shot on. Really nice, but a better save there from Ulix in a clear as well. Chorizo now, dangerous touch towards his own net. Who got that boost in the corner? It looks like Chorizo did. Freeze bumps his own teammate off the wall. Ulix with a shot, but a save there from Chorizo. The defenders, or the landers, excuse me, are putting on the clamps right now, defensively.
Yeah, the defenders are living, and the landers, they're both playing really well defense right now. See who'll crack first.
Ulix with a beautiful play to try and get it to his teammate. Emperor Thams played it safe, but then he commits. Interesting decision there. Ulix goes ahead to clear it to the side. Emperor Thams now with an arrow, kind of just to keep possession here. But it looks like Freeze is going to set it up for Chorizo. Great hook shot, but another fantastic clear from Ulix. Freeze lets that one slip by. He's going to go ahead and take it to his own corner. Ulix tries to get aggressive. Thams does as well. And this is what the defenders do a lot. Their defense is really solid, but on offense, they like to play really aggressive, and sometimes it does leave them vulnerable on the back end. Oh, Demo, it's just Freeze back for the landers, but he is able.
What a touch.
Yeah, great touch there from Freeze. He's able to get it past him. Chorizo now so dangerous, and he's going to score. No one there to stop him. 3-1 landers.
Yeah, I think Freeze really saved that play there. It was, I think if Freeze did not touch the ball there after Chase got demoed, it would have been a pretty open net. But he got the touch, saved them some time, and Chase finished it off with the double tap.
Exactly. That was a huge play from Freeze Wave there. Chorizo gets all the credit on the goal. I don't even think Freeze is going to get an assist on that. Maybe he did. I didn't get a chance to look. But Freeze with a nice job setting up that play. Ulix with a miss there. For Thams hits it off the corner. Simple play from Chorizo. Play starting to slow down here. The landers, they know with how little the defenders score, and that bounce, so unfortunate for the defenders because the landers were straight up beat there. Ulix now with a chance here. And Freeze is the only one back. Chorizo is able to make it here. The defenders don't score a lot of goals, but they need 2 here in the final minute if they want to potentially send this to overtime. But Chorizo wants to put it away here, and he likely will with his 4th of the game.
Yeah, you can see the landers are starting to get in their groove now with better rotations and better choice making overall, not overextending themselves.
Maybe they hopped into comms. Who knows? Maybe that's what big of a difference that comms makes here. 3 goals now required from the defenders here. Ulix with no boost to his name has the 50 past him, does not get it. And Emperor Thams is caught cheating up once again. Oh, and Chorizo misses an open net there. Routine. Ulix now the other way. Tries to pop it past both. That hits the crossbar as well. Emperor Thams now, tough angle, not able to make it happen. Chorizo, his clear downfield just to waste time. He's waiting in the back. Freeze Wave. No touch there. Chorizo's touches are just buying time. Or sorry, not buying time, wasting time here. Running out the clock. As the landers have a 3-goal lead and are going to be able to tie up this series here. How huge was it for the landers to be able to come back and play this strong in Game 2 to tie up the series? I think that's huge.
Yeah, definitely a game changer in the series. As they tie at